Lost at Sea, a dangerous treaty for America. Is there a problem with creating a new international bureaucracy under the Law of the Sea Treaty?
Well, the Law of the Sea Treaty creates a new United Nations bureaucracy known as the International Seabed Authority Secretariat. Like all international bureaucracies, the Secretariat will enhance its own authority at the expense of state sovereignty, and it will insulate itself from outside scrutiny. A good example of this is the oil for food scandal. The UN bureaucracy in that case failed to intervene in a massive kickback scheme that sent billions of dollars to Saddam Hussein's regime. Despite those major failures, no real reform has yet to take hold at the UN. The same will hold true for this new Secretariat, which will not be transparent or accountable for its actions.
How will the Law of the Sea Treaty undermine U.S. security?
American participation will undermine U.S. military and intelligence operations. For example, Article 19 of the treaty prohibits the U.S. from collecting intelligence within the territorial waters of any other country. So imagine if the U.S. Navy was prohibited from collecting signals intelligence on Iran because our ships were not allowed to operate in Iran's territorial waters. Article 20 requires U.S. submarines to travel on the surface and fly the American flag while sailing within territorial waters, leading to the absurd result of our submarines maneuvering in North Korean territorial waters while being required to sail on the surface with their flags waving.
Why then are certain members of the U.S. Navy in favor of the Law of the Sea Treaty?
Certain sectors of the U.S. Navy favor the parts of the treaty that give more specificity to navigation rights, but the Navy already enjoys those rights by customary international practice. In other words, even though the U.S. is not a signatory to the treaty, it still has freedom of the seas because all other nations are required to grant the U.S. navigation rights afforded by customary international practice. In any event, the parts of the treaty favored by some in the Navy are far outweighed by the rest of the treaty, which infringes on U.S. sovereignty and creates a new international bureaucracy and empowers it to regulate 70% of the Earth's surface.
The Law of the Sea Treaty infringes on U.S. sovereignty, restricts the U.S. Navy's ability to collect signal intelligence, creates a new UN bureaucracy.
For more information, log on to heritage.org.